Beezy430. Y'all know what it is. Back again, part 4 of my a 5-part series. So we getting down close to the nitty gritty. This video I will be doing my 10 through 6. So you know we getting down. We pretty much in the top 10 stratosphere now, man. But before I start, I want to say thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for subscribing, commenting, all that other stuff, man. Make sure you guys follow me on the socials. Popped up on the screen somewhere. And also, if this is your first time coming to this video, you can also check out part 3, part 2, and part 1. The link to those videos should be in the description box, along with the list of the albums that I'm getting ready to discuss right now in this here video. But I guess with no further ado, let's get started with my ranked 10th album. At number 10, I have CunninLynguists with Oneirology. Look, Natty, Deke the Villain, producer No, underrated producer too, No. This group, man, came out in 2011. This album came out in 2011, man. This was the one that just like, this was one of the albums like in 2011 where like I kind of almost forgot how dope that shit was, because I remember when that's the same year we started doing Dirty Hip Hop, and I remember when we did our year-end stuff, that was like an album that I almost had in my top 5. We was doing top 5 before we started doing top 4. And like, that was the album I went back after we listened to it. I'm like, damn, this could have been a damn top 5 album for me, definitely for 2011, because it was just so dope. And in fact, the features on that bad boy was dope as hell. And like I said, this was just like a group that's always been so different, coming from the South, hailing from Kentucky. You know, now lives here in Atlanta, and just, you know, Deke the Villain, Natty, Ryan, even Noah's even nice on the mic. Even though he's definitely had the landscape of the production and the sound for all their discographies, man. Like, if you listen to all their stuff, and Oneirology was definitely that album. It was kind of like similar to like when ATLiens hit, man. It was just like, god damn, these motherfuckers sound so different, but they were so country at the same time and dope as fuck, man. So they just had like a dope. It was definitely different, especially in the underground culture, as far as MCs coming from the South. It was so dope to hear and refreshing to hear that type of sound coming from this group. And then they still making music to this day, man. I mean, and also they've been making music, because that was actually my first time on them was Oneirology. That was my debut, and then I went back and listened to their previous albums and mixtapes. But yeah, this the one that made me become a fan of, and it was like my debut to them. So, and I've been a fan of these dudes ever since then, man. They so damn dope. So yes, number 10, CunninLynguists, Oneirology. And number 9, I have Killer Mike with Rap Music. Another one. Oh man, I remember. Fully produced by LP. This was like the start of this was like the Run the Jewels before Run the Jewels officially started, because, you know, you had Killer Mike, you know, featuring T.I., Big Boy, Bun B, you know, just, and the content on this album was so reminiscent of like early Ice Cube years, you know, Death Certificate, America's Most Wanted. Like, it was so reminiscent of that, but just Southern style, so aggressive. Like, Jesus Christ, this album was, I mean, and it was short too, like only like 9-10 tracks, no skippable tracks. Everything hit hard on this album, just from the productions, the rhyme, how everything just hit you dead in your face. It was like, yeah, like Ice Cube and Public Enemy wrapped up in one, and you got Southern, and then on Southern style, and a little bit in New York. It was weird. It was cool to hear like a Southern guy over like these hard experimental New York type beats by LP. So yes, man, Killer Mike Rap Music, that's an album I still play a lot to this day, man. Like, one of my favorite. And then let's not sleep on Killer Mike's other albums in his discography. The Pledge is still very slept on. Like, check out his older stuff too. But rap music was like the one that really started, especially in the underground, and put Killer Mike like back on the map. It was like he was back for the first time, like he never left. So, which was crazy. But yes, at number 9, I have Killer Mike with Rap Music. At number 8, I have Clipse, Hell Have No Fury. Man, this is one of those situations where the sophomore album outdoes the debut, because Clipse had a strong debut with Lord Willin', which I gotta throw that out there too, because I know that's another Southern album that I know a lot of folks love and take torch to a lot is a Lord Willin'. But man, Hell Have No Fury, damn, that another album where you can just pop in, just let it play. Like, short, like about 12 tracks, 11, 12 tracks. For real, this was like him dealing with the Clipse was like the most street as far as production style that I've heard the Clipse Neptunes and Pharrell. Like, dude, like it was just so dope. Like hearing Pharrell doing production from Jay-Z, a little bit more polished, more poppy, to like this gutter street type beats that Pharrell was doing for these dudes, man. And like Hell Have No Fury, I think both of the members, Malice and Pusha T, was like, they was definitely hitting their peak up during that time when this album came out, man. Like they was sounding the best that they've ever sound when this album came out. So definitely. Number 8, Clipse, Hell Have No Fury. At number 7, I have Little Brother, The Minstrel Show. Man, coming off the listening, like it's amazing how like Ninth Wonder, and I mean it just shows where the inspiration that Ninth Wonder gets his production style from. Cause you know, first hand Little Brother, I'm like, okay, Ninth Wonder production just reminded me of like a updated version of Pete Rock, I guess if you want to say. He always reminded me of Pete Rock as far as his production style. But yeah, Fonte, Big Pooh, like they already had the ears, you know, listening for the debut album. But when the Minstrel Show came out, which is under Atlantic, I think that was under a major deal, that particular album. When the Minstrel Show came out, loving it, man, like that shit, that's still a hip hop classic song till this day. Like came out in 2005, like that album cemented Little Brother as like, yo, this is a group that we have to pay attention to. You know, unfortunately they had a short stint. Like I don't think they released like maybe 1, 2, or 3 more albums after this, and then the group broke up. But yeah, man, Little Brother, this album, man, is just so dope. Just taking off, like I said, the meaning of Little Brother is from being a little brother of De La Soul, Tribe Called Quest, you know, the Roots, like those guys, like the Brand Nubians. Like it's amazing how they got their inspiration from those guys and produced this wonderful, wonderful album in the Minstrel Show. Featuring Elzai, Hiding Place, so damn dope. Joe Scudder on Loving It, so dope. So like this is another album where you can kind of pop in and let it play. I love the theme. I love the underground, the undertone theme of this whole album. The Minstrel Show is pretty much, you know, if you don't know what the Minstrel Show is, please Google, do your Googles. Like I love that theme. No, I don't think no one ever touched on that theme the way the Little Brother did at that time. And this album was just damn near flawless, man. So yes, number 7, Little Brother, Minstrel Show. And to wrap up this part 4 series, at number 6, I have UGK with Ridin Dirty. Man, this was UGK's follow-up album from Super Tight. Fucking love Super Tight. But you can tell, like, even though it was earlier at UGK, you could tell Ridin Dirty was like the album that really, you can tell when certain groups or artists like start to get their groove or find their groove musically and lyrically, if they're a rapper or a musician, you know, just songwriting, everything, like production, ear for beats, like everything about Ridin Dirty, it just seemed like it was the start. UGK was getting their stride. Like Bun B was sounding so much better. Pimp C, like them two as a crew were just sounding, just to me, sounding so much more comfortable and just better as a group. And they just had better, the beats I think on Ridin Dirty was a lot better than Super Tight. You know, so yeah, that's when, that was kind of another album, at least speaking from someone that was living in Detroit at the time when this album came out, a Southern album in Texas. Like, people in Detroit, that's when we really started recognizing UGK. Like, yo, who is these guys? Like, this crew is, this group is dope. So, yeah, man, look, UGK, man, that was the start for me. That was definitely the start for me, where I was like, okay, first album, yeah, they're straight. That second album, like, yo, these the same dudes from Super Tight? Like, no way. So, yeah, man, Bun B was just starting to climb his ladder of MCs that you have to respect coming from the South. And then look what happened, you know, in the late 90s, it started being featured on guys, you know, Jay-Z. Like, that was another big pub from him when they was on Big Pimpin'. But at that time, we already knew what Bun B and Pimp C was going to bring to the track, because we knew UGK was tight. That's why Jay got him on there. So, but yeah, number 6, UGK with Ridin Dirty. So there it goes, wrapping up. My next final video will be next, my part 5 of 5, where I do my top 5. So, you know, I know y'all are guessing and assuming like, oh, he gonna have this album. He's gonna have this album, man. He's gonna have this album, man. I know this album's gonna be in, but hey, you gotta watch and find out. So, you know, like I said before, if this is your first time, make sure you go back and look at part 1 through 3, part 1, 2, and 3, and then check this one out. And then, of course, and some days later, I will be uploading the part 5, the final one. I hope y'all been enjoying these. I'm glad y'all been giving me your feedback and let me know what albums I missed out or what albums I should have in there. I mean, it's all fun. I know y'all know this is my personal favorite, but you know, it's still all the fun. Y'all saying, oh man, you should put this album in there. You should put that album in there. Or I prefer this album. I like this album more. You know, all subjective. You know, it's just my personal preference. But there we go, man. Part 5 will be next. Other than that, this is your boy Beezy430. Hope you guys enjoying it. Thank you for watching, subscribing, and all that stuff. Check out later. Peace.